All right. So let's see. Hopefully this is. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me check my microphone here. Hold on. All right. So hopefully it's loud enough. Yeah. So I decided. I've never gone live before, so I was going to try it out and see how it works. And so yeah. And so this is how it works. um, so today I wanted to just do a few things. First, I wanted to share Course in Miracles, some information about Course in Miracles. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that movie, Everything, Everywhere, I think all of the time, all at once or something. I gotta again, but this new movie. Um, and also, yeah, I wanted to channel Isis. I think she might be coming through. It's either Isis or the Three Sisters. So, yeah. So first thing I want to do is I just want to talk about A Course in Miracles lesson number 32. And A Course in Miracles lesson number 32 is, number 31 is I am not the victim of the world I see. And so, yeah, I think this is a wonderful thing. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So, and it says, you will escape from both the outer world and the inner world, for the inner is the cause of the outer. So I'm not a victim of the world I see. I have created the world I see. And then the other thing I wanted to share was I was reading in the Manual for Teachers, and chapter 19 is What is Justice? And I thought this was a really, really wonderful lesson. If you are interested, please read the whole thing. It's just full of wisdom. And so, but I'll just read the last part that I thought was really wonderful. All of it is wonderful, but I'm just going to read the last paragraph. So here we go. Perception can make whatever picture the mind desires to see. Remember this. In this lies either heaven or hell, as you elect. God's justice points to heaven just because it is entirely impartial. It accepts all evidence that is brought before it, omitting nothing and assessing nothing as separate and apart from all the rest. From this one standpoint does it judge, and this alone. Here, all attack and condemnation becomes meaningless and indefensible. Perception rests. The mind is still, and light returns again. Vision is now restored. What had been lost has now been found. The peace of God descends on all the world, and we can see, and we can see. So yeah, I wanted to share those two parts because they're really, really wonderful. And so, again, yeah, we create the world that we see. And by the way that we perceive the world, we can live in heaven or hell. It's all about our own perception of the world that we see. And so, yeah. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is so I watched this movie, and I should probably look it up and tell you the title of it. But hold on. Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think is the title. And I was planning to see it. I made plans the night before, and I was really excited about it. It looked amazing, and I haven't seen many movies recently because they're one. A lot of them have becoming a little bit darker, too dark for me. I grew up in the 80s where things were, it was like Goonies and Stand By Me, and so I'm used to those kind of like family style films, and everything seems to be getting really dark and a bit too violent for me, and I can't really handle it very well. And I have to do a lot of forgiveness practice every time I watch these movies, and that's also very tiring. So anyway, I'm very, very careful about going to see any movies these days. And but this movie just looked too good, and it was talking about the multiverse and all these wonderful things. So anyway, so I went. So that next morning, I was going to go in the afternoon. That morning, I in my meditation, I got really sick and I got really nauseous, and I was really sick for a little bit, just for about an hour or so. And I asked my guides, and they said that they were trying to stop me from going to see the movie. But then I felt a little better, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to see it anyway. And but I asked them why they didn't want me to see the movie, and yeah, before I asked them, I asked them, I told them I'm going to see the movie anyway, and they said, oh, okay, so we'll just make sure that you don't see the scenes that are going to affect you in a negative way. And when I did go to the movie, I found myself actually looking away, just guided to look away at certain points. And I don't know what I was watching, and they wouldn't tell me what what I was looking away from, but that was quite interesting. Um, and so let me just read. Here we go. This is what, so the three sisters said when I asked them about it. They said, let's see. We wanted to stop you because there's a lot in that movie that you did not catch in your conscious mind. With the humor and the pacing of the movie, you went unconscious a few times, and in those moments, certain seeds were planted. We will assist you in removing them, but you just have to be careful because the technology is very powerful these days and can easily trap you in the yes matrix, which is being renamed the multiverse or the metaverse. The movie itself, as you probably have guessed, is more preparation for the metaverse. So that was what they had said. So the movie is about, this, not the metaverse, but multiverse, and traveling and jumping from different dimensions, parallel worlds, which is possible, which is something that I was practicing a while. There's a writer. I'll have to put it in the comment section. There's a writer who wrote a book about how to jump into different dimensions and parallel worlds. For example, like if you, in this world, in this universe that you're in, that you are not a successful at what you're doing, you just jump into the parallel universe where you are successful, and you have a talk with the successful you, and ask them for advice and kind of pick up some information from them. So that was something that I was doing, and I thought, oh, this is amazing. This is actually a movie about that. And but then when I went to read all of the, oh, by the way, I think the movie is a great movie. I do recommend it, but you have to be careful when you watch it. Um, yeah, but I mean, the humor was amazing. It was science fiction, comedy, and a family drama. It was everything that that you'd want, but very, very intense. So something's in my eye here. So yeah, so that was that, and so I was watching that. Yeah, what was I going to say about that? Yeah, so the whole concept of these parallel worlds is it's, we already have these very parallel worlds, and we can travel in between them, and but I think, yeah, what I was kind of sensing from the movie is that it was just so much and so overwhelmingly like good, that it was kind of forcing me to become unconscious, and the humor was just so funny, like it was too funny almost. But I think this is, yeah, I think instead of trying to uh, make us realize that there are these parallel universes, I think that what they're trying to do is get us excited about the metaverse. And when I looked up on the news, I looked up on all the kind of main mass media newspapers, and what they were saying about it, they all called it the metaverse. They didn't call it the multiverse. So, and that, in a sense, it kind of made me feel, I was like, oh, this movie would be so great if it's about the multiverses, and we can actually travel, and we don't need technology to do this. We can just do it. We have that technology in us already. We don't need to put on these VR goggles or whatever. We don't need that. We already can do it. And so anyway, so that was the other thing. And then another thing is that Isis came through today, and she, um, when she did come through, my guide said, "Please use extreme caution." And so when she did come through, I kind of put a distance between us. And the reason that they said to use extreme caution is that her energy is very, very, very powerful, and they weren't sure if I was ready to handle her energy. And when I saw her, the first thing she did was she kind of pressed my third eye, and like it was very similar to the movie. It was funny, but she pressed my third eye, and then I just got this rush of energy, and my head kind of went back, and I just, wow, what was that? And I asked her, and she said that she was giving me a much needed upgrade to my third eye. So there you go. And yeah, so I talked to her for a bit, and yeah, let's see if there's anything that when she came through, she was extremely beautiful, And I mentioned, I said, "Wow, you're extremely beautiful." And then she turned into this kind of like monster like looking, and she said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh yeah, well look at this." So she is both of the extremes. And let's see, else did she say? Um, she One of her goals is to balance the two sides of the coin on this universe, and for people to, I guess, for more people to understand the non-dualistic nature of the world. And let's see what else. Dun, 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 dun. And then, okay, so funny thing too is that I realized that today is March 5th, 2023, and the March 5th I was researching about Isis is the ancient festival called the Navigium Isidis, and it is a ancient Roman religious festival in honor of Isis. So I just thought that was interesting that she came on March 5th on that day. So what I thought I would do is, sorry, there's a lot of hay fever going on in this room. But what I'd like to do is I'll just call in Isis and see if she has anything to say. And I kind of have the feeling that the three sisters might have something to say as well. I'm not sure in which order they'll come through, and I really don't know what the message that they want to bring forth is. So we'll see. And this is my first time doing it live, so I can't edit anything. I'm a bit nervous. So here we go. And hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the sound is working here. Okay. All right. So here we go. Hold on. Let me turn down this. Okay. Here we go. We are the three sisters. And before we bring in Isis, we would like you to know that the message that we'd always want to give you is one of love and of peace and of coming together as one. You are all a part of this amazing universe that you are in, and you are all one, and you are all working together to create the most beautiful place imaginable. All of these experiences, all of these things that you're experiencing are there to help you and to create the experience that you need in order for you to grow on this universe, to grow in this world. And this is the starting point. The starting point is you realizing that that is what everything is there for. Once you realize that all of these experiences are there to help you, then you can change the way you look at them, change your perception of them, and you can turn your world into a a paradise, a world of love and of pure light, because you understand that these two shadings, these two colors that are there, these two sides of the coin are the same coin. And then you can understand that they are there for you to understand, and they are all your experience, and they're all coming from you, and that you can change them as you see them. Once you see them, you change the way you perceive them, and then you can change the inside. And this is a very, very important thing for all of you. As this channel was saying about shifting dimensions, yes, this is something that is very, very easy for us as we exist in the seventh dimension when we choose to come into this universe. But we usually don't even exist in this universe. We exist outside of this universe. And but it is very easy for us to shift if we had wanted to shift to a seventh or eighth or ninth or even to a third dimension. But we do not usually feel the need, and we feel that the seventh dimension is the most closest to our philosophy, you might say, to the way our worldview, our viewpoint, it fits us. It feels like home, you might say. That is the seventh dimension for us. But you as humans are capable of jumping in between many, many different universes, and you do in your dream state, in your meditation state. And you will be able to do that in your normal waking state as well. And that is one of the things that will be starting to come online for many of you. And So this movie that is out there is part of that. It is a jumping ahead of the story, you might say. It is trying to get ahead of the story and then to advertise another technology that'll make it easier for you. And so that is all that that is. But all of these movies have both sides to them. And so another part of this movie is also showing all of you that you do have this ability. Now, in the movie, there was the technology. They had to use technology in order to shift dimensions, but you don't need this technology. You already have it inside of you. You are already one with this universe. Now we would like to bring through Isis. Greetings. We are the energy that you do refer to as Isis, and we are a conglomeration of many different energies coming together. We are uh, an energetic signature, you might say, and we represent an idea and a group of ideas, and we're a representation of these group of ideas. And we come down here through this being today to give you a message that things are balancing more and more as you go, and a message that it is very, very important for all of you to realize and truly realize this concept that everything that is happening here is only on the dark or only on the light, that does not exist. That you The whole concept of not seeing the dark and not seeing the light, but rising above both of them into understanding that they have their their jobs, they have something to do, something to accomplish, something to teach you. That everything that is happening in your world, everything that you see on your mass media, everything that you see on social networks, everything that you see is there for you, and you can either take it or you can refute it. But if you refute it, then you're refuting everything, and you are throwing away all of these amazing lessons that you would be able to learn. And I come down, I come down here to ask you to uh, wish, to hope that you would start seeing that they are both sides of the same coin, and to understand and to love and to perceive that this is a drama that is playing out for you, and that it is all up to you how you respond to it. How you respond to it. Do you forgive it? Do you let it go? Or do you keep it inside of you? Do you make it feel painful? Do you turn it into a disease? These are all up to you. And this is something that this is, you might say, as a group of ideas, as a being, you might say, we this is our goal, you might say. This is our passion, to allow you to understand the two sides of the coin, and to understand the yin and the yang are all one. You are all one. You're all working together, and you're all these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beings on this beautiful planet, creating this beautiful energy. And we would just like you to be aware of it, to just open your eyes to this. And that is all you need to do. There's not a lot of work in that sense that you need to do at first. All you need to do is open your eyes, and then the things will come to you. You will understand what the next step and the next step and the next step is. But all you have to do is open your eyes and see how wonderful everything around you is, how beautiful these things are, and how they are all made specifically just for you. These experiences, these images. And once you understand that, then you can go beyond them and understand why you're really here and what your true goal is here. And this is part of this idea of learning about the two sides, and learning that they don't exist, and learning to forgive them and let them go, and learning that you don't understand what they're there for. And then the things will be shown to you, the things that you need to see. Then you are able to connect better with spirit, and with your own spirit, with your higher self, with your true heart. And then you will find the paths before you open up, in the most wonderful way, in the most wonderfully wonderful way imaginable. I am Isis, and I have come to tell you many things, and I will be back. And I send you love and peace and the wonderment at the mystery of this universe, of this world, of the seconds that are passing by, of each second, of each beautiful, precious second, and the fact that there are no seconds. So the beauty of the existence and the non-existence of time is also beautiful. It is wonderful. And I send you love and peace. Hmm. Okay, so that's that. And I think that was all I wanted to share today. So yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so and yeah, so ciao.